From there, you add your eggs. You're going to start mixing those together. And then you're going to start to alternate adding your oil with your buttermilk. So your oil is going to add fat and moisture. Your buttermilk is going to add, believe it or not, flavor and crumb structure. So once both of those wet ingredients are added in, the flavor of a great birthday cake is actually using something that's called clear vanilla extract. Make sure your clear vanilla extract goes in the mix. At this point, your batter is very, 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 very wet. It's totally fine. Scrape down the sides of your mixing bowl and get your dry ingredients together. So cake flour goes in, kosher salt, and then you're going to add your leavening ingredients. Baking powder, that's really big in this cake. It gives it a little lift while allowing it to stay dense and moist enough. Start that mixer on low so your flour doesn't go everywhere up in your face. And you're going to mix those dry ingredients on low until you have a nice smooth mixture. From there, rainbow sprinkles time. You want those like confetti moments of color and flavor and brightness and birthday to all remain separate. So add those sprinkles at the end. You're going to take your quarter sheet pan out and pour your birthday cake batter into that quarter sheet tray. Goes into the oven at 325, 350 degrees, depending on the power of your oven. And you're going to let it bake for 15 to 20 minutes until it jiggles just a little bit in the center. The edges are starting to come off the sides of your baking pan, nice and golden brown on top. I take the same 6-inch ring I'm going to build the cake with, and I actually use it to start measuring out where I'm going to cut these rounds from. Once I cut those rounds of cake out, I clean off my cake ring, and I reset my work surface. I take that 6-inch cake ring, and I line it with this thick piece of plastic called acetate, and I start assembling. The bottom layer is always the layer where you can hide the most mistakes, so that's where I start with the two halves of my cake. I force those to the outside, and I use any bit of cake scrap to fill in any missing holes. Cakes are very, very, very forgiving when you're layering, so don't be intimidated. Take the birthday soak, which is a mixture of whole milk and clear vanilla extract, and I put 3 generous spoonfuls of soak down. Soak is there to help give your cake extra moisture, and it's there to help impart flavors. It's time for your first filling, that birthday frosting. 3 spoonfuls down into that bed of cake, and I actually like to smooth my frosting evenly across the bed of that cake, all the way up to the side of the acetate. Birthday cake crumb. That's a little bit of a sneak attack in this cake. All of our layered cakes at Milk Bar have a little crummy, sandy texture hidden in between, and birthday cake is no exception. I take a handful or 2 of birthday crumbs, and I just sort of toss them evenly over the surface of the cake. For me, it's important that I get a nice even layer of birthday crumbs, but I want a few of them to peek to the outsides of the cake and a few to be hidden on the inside of the cake. Once my birthday crumbs are down, it's time to cover them up with another layer of birthday frosting. Once that's done, you're going to follow those steps all over again. Now, once the cake is fully layered and decorated, it goes into the freezer for 2 or 3 hours, so all of those fillings set perfectly. Once 2 or 3 hours is up, the cake comes out of the freezer, and I pop the ring off the cake. And then you peel the acetate back while the cake is still nice and frozen. That ensures those really beautiful, smooth outer lines. From there, I let the cake defrost at room temperature for 2 to 3 hours before taking a slice and digging in. The flavors are like nurturing and emotional and deep, but they're also simple. It's like a clean, creamy vanilla flavor, whether it's that nice, dense, spongy cake, the creamy frosting, or those sandy birthday crumbs that surprise you in a bite. This birthday cake, it captures one of my first and favorite food moments.